Warning, the following views expressed on this program belong to that of the cast and crew of Ohio's on Fire and not of any other station or program affiliated with this show. Ohio, I think we have a problem. This show where Ohio froze down, baby. It's now time for Ohio's on Fire. We're all about entertainment and honesty. I am your host, Daniel Diesel. We are here. If anything has to happen, it'll happen on this show. And I'm excited. It's another live Thursday night. I am here. I'm going to do the best I can for you. I got a big show planned for you tonight. It's going to be great. Ohio's on Fire. Once again, I'm so happy. We have to have a talk with the state of Ohio. We're having a talk with the state of Ohio. So anyway, that's what we do. You should know by now. That's what we do to start things off. I do think hell might have finally frozen over because Joe DePlummer has been elected to office here in the state of Ohio. If you have not heard, Joe DePlummer has done it. He was elected to the local GOP committee rep over in the state of Ohio. Since this is the month of May, we have elections on the first Tuesday of May for certain government jobs. Certain issues that arise, like certain bills, and Joe did it. He, of course, he got famous for debating with our president Barack Obama before he became the president. But then Joe DePlummer, he's now in the office, so now he gets to find out himself how hard it is to have power, to being in control of certain people. He was the average working man, but he ain't now. He's now Joe DePlummer, the boss. So I don't know how that's. I mean, he seems like a nice guy. I don't know if I agree with his politics, but I wish him luck. He's got a chance now to do whatever it is he needs to do. Whatever dreams Joe DePlummer has, he's going to try to conquer them. So anyway, and a lot of school levies were up for grabs this past Tuesday also. I know Miamisburg has school levy. I believe Beaver Heights had one. But a lot of them passed. And the thing is, with these school levies, they're asking for, they want more money. And they need more money because they're lacking funds to help the people that they have on their staff. And that's where these and a group of people come together, they do the best they can. But we shouldn't have to have these levies, though. I think more money should be brought into the schools from our government funding. For some reason, that is lacking. And also, the lottery was supposed to help pay for those. For the school funding, but for some reason we're still running short. I don't know what it is. I don't know why we're constantly out of money in our high school systems. I don't know, maybe they're spending too much on gym equipment. Maybe they're overspending on those frozen chicken nuggets that they serve our children every Monday through Friday. You know, that frozen pasty mashed potatoes. Maybe it's that. I don't know. Yeah, we just need to find a way. I think we do need to have more money set aside so we don't fire any good teachers. So these levies are kind of the best thing when they get passed. They get awarded whatever they need. They get usually it's like $1 million. Depends on what the size of your school district. Another thing I want to add up throughout this election, here on this campus we have student government elections going on also. These young people of the future that are running for these school offices. I mean, it's admirable what they're doing. They think they can help their school. They're trying to show their leadership, and that's been going on throughout this week. You can still vote. I think the last day to vote for a student governor office is today. It started on Tuesday. So college is a little different. You only have one day to vote in the real elections, but on college elections you only have like 3 days. And some people have done some wild stuff to get noticed, especially for college. Well, this story, I'm gonna tell you a quick story. This had nothing to do with college. There was this guy at a fair over in my hometown of Xenia about a few years ago. And there's a fair we have called the Greene County Fair. And people that are about to run for office, they're up for office, they need people to get votes. And there was a candidate, he was, I I think he was Republican. He had his own tent. He was working by himself, and he was running for office. And it wasn't a security guard or some special assistant that was doing it for him. It was the guy himself. And I don't know, maybe he didn't feel confident. He set the tent himself. He printed his own flyers, and you could tell if you looked at the flyers. And he also begged. At one point, a bunch of girls would come around, and he would do a little beg job. I don't think that's a great idea. Maybe he'd warm those little girls over by begging to them. He was like, "Oh, please vote for me. I'll do the best. I'm gonna vote." I don't know. I never seen that before. That was kind of a culture shock. I won't mention his name. There's probably some others that have begged, but I saw this firsthand. Wow, yeah. People do anything to get votes for office. So I'm going to tell you, there's only one thing I would suggest you don't do when you're run for office. Don't beg. Don't go to some old lady and get on your knees and start kissing her feet. That's not going to get it done. That's really desperate, man. You don't need to do that. It's alright. Just all you need is a commercial. You put up some flyers, have a fundraiser, and hope for the best. Someone's got to win, someone's got to lose. That's what elections are. But I just want to cover that. That's been a big deal in Ohio this week. In a lot of states, the Tuesday election has been a big deal. I thought I'd share a little story. So, another thing I wanted to share. I remember a few weeks ago I was talking about some dangerous cows that are not really dangerous that stumbled onto the campus of Ohio State University. Well, now we got another animal alert I want to warn you. You better look out for these animals. We need to start looking out for peacocks, according to Fairfield, Ohio. But Ohio policemen are warning of a mysterious pair of peacocks. So they're not just any type of peacocks, they're mysterious. I gotta tell you about this. It reminded me of the cows. Let's see, 2 peacocks are strutting their stuff as motorists on alert in one Ohio community. Police in Fairfield Township, north of Cincinnati, said more than a dozen people have called 911 in the last month to report they have spotted these flamboyant birds. Ooh, scared. Police Chief Richard St. John. What? Richard St. Oh, I thought his first name was Saint. That'd been weird. He isn't sure where they are coming from. The zoo. I added that last part, but that's where they're coming from. And he's concerned that unusual sights could startle motorists and pose a traffic hazard. So if you're driving on your nice motorcycle, you shouldn't have to worry about drunk drivers, or don't worry about glass on the road, or any big giant nails that could put out your tire. You should worry about peacocks and cows. Well, look out for those. And anyway, here's the rest of the article. Attempts of catching them have been unsuccessful. Oh no, we can't catch any peacocks. St. John says that if motorists came across a peacock in the road, it's better to hit the bird than swerve into another car or pedestrian. So that's problem solved. I could have told you that. That's where roadkill comes from. If an animal wants to get in your way, they make them pay for it. It's a shame. I mean, don't do it intentionally, but that's what happens when an animal wants to get risky. No, these peacocks, I mean, they're not going to swerve any driver. I think there's a few animals that I would be concerned for if they got in the middle of the road while you're driving in your nice motorcycle. One animal would be the dinosaur. But they died over 10 million years ago, so I wouldn't be concerned about the dinosaur anymore. And there is another animal. I guess a bear would be kind of dangerous too. Bear and deers. Anything large, these abnormal animals, they're probably not too scary. No, they are scary. I said that wrong. They would be scary. They could punch you out with their big claw. And now you're probably thinking, would a shark be scary? Like if a shark were to escape from SeaWorld or your local beach, would be in the middle of the road. The thing is, it'd flop everywhere. See, shark's only dangerous when it's in the water and you're underneath the water and it can bite you. But if it's flopping around, it ain't going to do anything. You could probably run over a shark and that'd be it. Or at least pop a wheelie over the shark and break one of its teeth. I don't know. So I thought I'd talk about that. There's a lot of fuss over peacocks. And Fairfield, of course, is not that far from here. So I better watch out for those peacocks tonight if I go to One-Eyed Jack's. Look out for them peacocks and those cows. And those hamsters. What's next, hamsters? Are we going to be scared of hamsters now? Anyway, so I think that's my talk of Ohio. I'm back from break now. and you should know what time it is. It is now time for everyone's favorite segment. The roof is caving in because people are on a roof jumping on it. They're lighting it on fire, so the roof is on fire, and so is Ohio. I am about to present to you a great segment. Everyone's in love with it, so here it is. It's OMVP, Ohio's Most Valuable Pedestrian. And we give this award to someone from the state of Ohio that's doing something really cool and interesting. They made newsworthy, that either in a positive, well, mostly a positive matter. We don't want negative boobs winning this contest. It's gotta be positive. So, anyway, I now present to you OMVP, Ohio's Most Valuable Pedestrian. What music alert? Music alert. Where's my music? It's coming. It's loading. Here it is. Yay, hold on. Wait. I think that's it. Here we go. Let me back up some. Oh, here we go. Here it is. Blue days, black nights. Alright, that's good. Anyway, MVP. And now something interesting happened at the campus of Ohio State University this past week. Well, the first thing we tell you, there's a thing, I guess, that I created some time ago. It's called a flash mob. If you don't know what a flash mob is, a small group of people, they get together, like in a room or whatever, and they have this idea, like a secret plan. But it's a good thing, though. It ain't to cause trouble. It's almost like an alternative to a protest, this flash mob. What it is, you go out in public, you get a bunch of people involved, and you dance to a song. You just dance, you do choreography, and it's by surprise. Kind of like a Flash. Like Flashdance, that movie was all about. And that's where the idea of flash mob came from. That's inspiration. So instead of protesting with signs and propaganda, what they do is dance, pretty much. And it happened a few days ago at Ohio State University. I'll read a little bit of this article. But anyway, leave it to the largest university in the world to pull off one of the most impressive Glee flash mobs ever. To promote a sprawling student union that recently opened, a gang of Ohio State students and staff, clad in a customary scarlet and gray, and took on the Fox hit signature song "Don't Stop Believin'." So as they dance to the, that version, not the Journey version, but it's the version that's used by the cast of Glee. So that's what they used, not to get confused. In the YouTube video for this, which has gotten nearly over 700,000 hits, the crowd cheered on the students and dedicated staffers who danced in the Great Hall as more poured in from the balcony. University President Gordon Gee, not Glee, but Gee, and school mascot Brutus the Buckeye even got in on the action. Billy Ashley, editorial assistant to the office of the president, who was one of about 70 dancers in the video, said pulling off the video was a process. He said they split up into 4 groups, with the first group of dancers starting rehearsals in February. We've added more over time. So they got more people to do this over time. Let's see what else is here. I'm going to go to the bottom, but this is a big article. Okay, Jordan Davis, a 4-year student in political science and leadership studies, choreographed the number and pitched the idea to the director of the union, which opened in late March. She said she picked the Glee track for a few observing reasons. They're supposed to be from Lima, Ohio. There's no better school to represent the Lima, Ohio pride than Ohio State University. I second that. That's not in the article. Anyway, the school has original campus in Lima. Then Don't Stop Believing is something that could encompass what the new union was about. There are a lot of traditions here, but also a lot of change. Davis said she was pleased the way they were able to pull it off. They even had a code word handy. We were Team Schleester. I said that wrong. Schuester. I'll just spell it out. That was the code word, Davis said. If someone new came in, we asked them what they were here for. If you knew Schleester, we knew you were part of the club. So anyway. So, I think there was like 70 dancers. I tell you, instead of being selfish and give to one particular person, there's something I'm looking for an opportunity to do this for quite some time. When I'm awarding this OMVP, this imaginary award, I usually give it to 1, sometimes 2 people. But you know what? It looks like a big group effort. So you know what I'm going to do? Everyone that's in this video that's dancing, You can watch it YouTube right now. Everyone that took part, you are the OMVP. Congratulations. And what you can do, round of applause. What you can do, if I don't know all your names, but I do post this on YouTube. Just right now, comment your name. Like if you're part of that group that did the flash mob, comment below the video or send me an email or catch me at the streets. Just let me know. That's a lot of names to read off because it was close to 70 people. But you all are OMVP, every last one of you. So I'm setting a record for this series of Ohio's on Fire that will be really tough to break. 70 people win this week. They are the Ohio State Flash Mobbers that perform Glee. So congratulations. And it's the video. I won't play the video because I am short on time. You just watch it home. I watched it a few days ago. Yesterday, I mean. And it's entered. It's a lot harder. They make it look easy, but it's a lot harder than it looks. So, but anyway, that's the MVP. 70 people. That's a monster right there. Your host, and we got some guests in here. They live life to the extreme. Perhaps you can say they're the most extreme people here on campus. But I'm talking about a group called the Outdoor Resource Center of Wright State University. They're right next to me right now. But introduce yourselves individually. Brian and Mike.
I'm Wes. I'm one of the staff student managers over here at the Outdoor Resource Center.
I'm Stephanie. I'm a fourth year here, and I'm also a student manager at the Outdoor Resource Center. We both work in the climbing gym and are trip leaders.
Yes, Wes and Stephanie are here. Well, thank you for coming. So, what exactly is the Outdoor Resource Center all about in a nutshell?
The Outdoor Resource Center, in a nutshell, is all about getting students outside and trying new outdoor activities.
What type of activities do you do?
We do a lot of climbing and backpacking, kayaking. I mean, pretty much you name it, we can either host it or point you in the right direction. So there's a lot of good stuff going on.
All right. Anyway, now what year did this group get started? Do you know the history?
We've been on campus, I think, for 5 years now.
Yeah.
Maybe 6.
5, 6 years, okay. Now for you two personally, do you have any experience in doing like an extreme sport, like some you'd see the X Games, like skateboarding or dirt bike riding?
We do mountain biking.
Well, that's kind of extreme.
I don't know if I have a whole lot of history. I mean, I've been on a skateboard before. That hurt a little bit. And I used to ride dirt bikes too, but I mean...
Okay.
We are both rock climbers, so every chance we get when the weather's nice or when it's not so nice, we try to get out to Kentucky or Hocking Hills to go climbing.
Okay. Now, I'm considering what you do is semi-dangerous, with the rock climbing and the water white rafting, all that. Do you ever think about, do you ever have the fear of dying when you're doing any of these activities?
Not really. I mean, I trust my equipment and we inspect it all the time. And it's just experience, knowing what you're doing. A lot of the stuff that I've learned from the person before me, and I'm going to pass on to the next person, so... It's just a lot of experience that we've built up and just trusting what you're doing.
Yeah, and these are really fun activities. So, yeah, there's risk, but you have to accept the risk because it's worth all the fun you're going to have.
Cool beans. But so I need to know, this is a question for the both of you. Who is your hero in life?
Tough one, Slammer.
My boss, totally.
Your boss?
Yeah, she has an awesome job.
Yeah.
Your boss, are you referring to Amy Assinger?
Onslinger?
Onslinger, yes.
Yeah, she used to actually work for Backpacker, where she used to travel around and write stories, and they used to pay for her to do that.
Yeah,
so,
she traveled all around the nation.
Yeah.
She had to go like backpacking and
High
kayaking,
Sierras,
and she got
Yosemite.
paid to do all this fun stuff.
Well, she's the woman I've been talking to. That's how she set me up with you guys for this interview. So she sounds, she sounds like a true pro. Now, does she skateboard? Do you know? Is she an extreme? Well, we see her on the X Games.
Maybe.
You could probably see her on
You'll
a skateboard.
probably see her kids in the X Games.
Okay.
Climbing, something ridiculous.
She has a 2-year-old and already has climbing shoes, I think.
Yeah.
Climbing shoes. Wow. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to think. How much money do you guys think you bring in for this club every year, in a nutshell, or an estimate, if you will?
We try to break even.
We're actually part of Right State. We're actually like an organization, so it's actually non-profit. So really, all the money that we get goes straight back into what we're doing.
Okay.
So the money we take for trips usually goes in for like guide cost or food,
Mm-hmm.
camping fees.
Okay, since you've been doing this outdoor resource center adventures, what was your favorite one? I'm sure each you have a different answer probably, but what's your favorite moment?
Mine was going to last spring break. We went to Texas to Waco Tanks, and we did some rock climbing out there, and it was world class climbing. Like you pick up a Rock and Ice magazine, there's Waco Tanks in there. Some guys climbing an extremely hard route. So, I mean, it was just the scenery was excellent, the weather was beautiful, and it was just a good time altogether.
And I like our caving trips because it's really awesome. You're going under the earth and exploring like what's under there, and there's rivers and there's things to climb, and you have to crawl around, and you get super dirty, and it's awesome.
Did you find the center of the earth when you were down there?
I was looking for it. I think I found a hole. If I fell into it.
Yes. Was there gold?
China.
Was there chocolate covered in gold or something like that?
Oh, man.
Was Brandon Fraser down there?
Yeah, he was.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
he
met
scared
him.
me.
I'm so happy. Yes, I'm going there right
I thought
now.
he was one of the creatures from The Descent.
Okay. Well, I have a few important questions I want to tackle with you guys. But since we're Ohio citizens, is there anything in your neighborhood or throughout the state of Ohio that you'd like to see make a vast change or improvement? What is it and why?
Yeah. Well, just locally, people like getting outdoors more would be great. There's a lot of parks around in Dayton, like through the metro parks or city parks that you can get out and backpacking and try kayaking like right in your backyard. And a lot of people don't even know it's out there. And there's a lot of opportunities if you just look for them.
Yeah, a lot of the parks there, I mean, you just go hiking, all that stuff is free, it's provided, and it's just good to see just the citizens of Ohio just get out there and utilize it and then put money back into it, help everybody else out enjoy it. So it's just good, going on the trips and just getting involved. You meet a lot of cool people, and really the outdoor community is just one of the better communities out there. They're just so much fun to be around. It's a good time.
And I think once you see all the fun things that the natural world has to offer, you end up caring for it more, and you become like a better world citizen,
Yeah.
Better world citizen how? I want to elaborate on that. How do you think
Yeah.
they can improve?
Well, I mean, when you're out backpacking and you're out in nature, you're cutting off like the human world. You're getting out in nature away from like cars and noises. But then, I've been out in the middle of nowhere in Yellowstone, and I found like balloons that have popped. So those have traveled all the way out 20 miles into the forest, and then they break, and there's litter, and there's animals who might eat that and choke. So.
Okay. Okay, now is there any charitable causes that this group is a part of that maybe you two are involved with personally?
Yeah, so the Outdoor Resource Center in the fall partnered up with the Access Fund. And the Access Fund is a nonprofit organization that promotes climbing and opening areas for climbing while keeping the natural area safe and protected.
Okay.
So we partnered up with them and went to John Bryan State Park, and we did a park cleanup. So we cleaned up litter, and then after that, we cleaned up litter, fixed the trails up a little, and then after that, we climbed.
Okay, well that's cool beans. Okay, and I want to ask you, over the last few years in this country, we've heard a lot about global warming. Do you find that to be true, and why?
I mean,
Be honest.
There's also a bunch of theories out there. I mean, one that I've heard is, we're coming out of an ice age. Of course, it's going to be warmer. It's going to get warmer. I think just the climate's changing, and it's getting warmer, but let's enjoy it while we have it. You know what I mean?
Let's enjoy it while we have it, and then also, I think even if the climate is changing, still be responsible for yourself. Like, don't do any more harm than you need to.
Yeah, and wear a bunch of sweaters during this ice age.
Yeah.
I get what. When do you think this ice age? Well, since you do think I guess you're saying it's kind of true. When do you think this will take place?
I say we're coming out of an ice age, so that's.
I know we're coming out of it, but I mean a new one. Do you think it'll be like the 23rd century? Do you think because I have heard that such theory that we're going to have a new ice age? No, you don't know.
I have no predictions.
Okay, no predictions. We're not psychics here, so. All right. Well, then I have another question before we go to break. For some reason, I'm wanting to ask this. I know it's one of the more popular game shows of all time. But when it first got started, the show Survivor, it deals with all the outdoor elements that you guys mentioned of, and learn how to make fire and to live on your own. And so now, when it was really popular, when it first got started in the early 2000s, do you know of people that played Backyard Survivor? Or have you guys ever played Backyard Survivor? Did you try to imitate it somehow? I'm just curious.
We weren't playing it. We were doing it.
Oh, ooh.
I mean, we've had to build fires to get warm, to cook our food.
Wow, what a bold statement. The way she said it. We were doing that. Anyway, we still have our guests in the studios, the Outdoor Resource Center. They take life to the extreme, and they teach other students how to go to the extreme. Sorta. But anyway, I mean, and with safety also. I gotta add that. But anyway, and we're gonna do something I started a few weeks ago with other guests. We're gonna have some fun in the state of Ohio right now. And what it is, I tell our guests they have a choice of a fun activity they want to do while they're on the air, and they have a choice between Truth or Dare, doing karaoke, or reading a famous speech. And tonight we're playing Truth or Dare, so this should be really fun. So we'll go around twice since there's the three of us. So we'll do and if I do, like I said, since I'm the moderator, we can't do any Truth or Dares that could be too explicit for radio. So I'll let it be known if it's too weird. But it can be fun though. There's a lot of things you can do in Truth or Dare that's safe, radio safe. So anyway, I will start. So Wes,
Yep.
Truth or Dare?
I'll go for the Dare.
Dare?
Yep.
Okay.
Do you need help picking out a dare?
No, I can think. Okay, see this bottle of lotion?
Yeah, I was hoping that wasn't what you were looking at.
I was looking at it.
I want rub it on your ear.
My ear?
Yeah, your left ear.
I was
Get
gonna
just
say
square and
eat
just get a big.
You're gonna say eat it too.
No, just put a glob of it and rub it on your ear like a big.
This is hand sanitizer. I might burn a little bit.
Oh well.
Those
A little
ears
bit
are
more- a
dirty.
little bit more than
Filled with
that.
Germs. Filled with germs.
Now look-
Those ears.
A little bit more.
Should I do a little
Do
more
it.
sexy?
Do another one. I was hoping you put a big glob on there. Like do like
That wasn't big. Look at my hand. All right.
one more.
Oh,
that-
got some on the table.
Order.
Oh,
Now
this-
I just rubbed it in.
Rub it on there. Yeah, that depends on what type of skin condition you have and what lotion it is. That could burn. But there you
Hand
go.
Yeah, it's
sanitizer.
not lotion.
Well, whatever it is. All right. Your turn to do Emily or what's your? I'm sorry,
That's cool.
Stephanie.
All right,
Yeah.
Stephanie.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Alright.
Can she go out in the hallway?
No.
Yeah, well, it depends what you want her to do.
I wanted to go out in the hallway and do a handstand.
I
or
can't
headstand.
even do that.
It's
I
a
have to
dare.
use the wall. I have to use the wall.
I'm filming. You can do that.
Alright, right now?
Yep.
Yeah, and leave the door open because you'll get locked out if you close the door. All right, Emily. She's going to do a handstand down the hallway. We'll just me and Wes will clap for her if she does it. She's got to do it in front of this. Yeah. No, we didn't.
Yeah.
Well,
Quit cheating.
she's doing it, but she didn't get close enough. All right. I guess she did it. I got her on camera, but she's supposed to go right in front of us.
I'm not a gymnast. That's hard.
Well, it's all right. You tried your best. All right, your turn to ask me something.
Alright, Dan. Are
True-
you ready for this?
Yes.
Well, it's a dare. That's your option. Dare
True-
or dare?
Truth.
I dare you.
No,
Do
true.
a dance. You can put on any song you want.
A little dance.
Yeah.
Well,
at
what?
least 20 seconds. Okay.
Okay, hold on a sec. I gotta.
Hey, we'll go
Well, you
with
have to
the
hold it.
camera
Yeah, hold
part,
the
yeah.
camera then. All right, there.
Yeah, let the world see this one.
You can't see it. I guess I could hum to the song. Oh, you know what? I played a little commercial during the break. I'm gonna go and play. I'll dance that song. It's 3 seconds. It's the old classic witch songs. Dr. Mario Witch Doctor song, if you remember from the 90s. I'll dance to that.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
All right, here we go.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, good deal.
Wait, there's more.
Oh.
I'm dancing. Woohoo!
Keep shuffling those feet.
Oh,
Oh,
He has like a
Hammer time.
a hip. Oh, is that what that is? Is that a hammer time?
It's
MC
really
Hammer.
weird hammer time. Wait, sprinkler.
Ah!
That looks like a lasso,
Oh well.
but which is another
All
great
right.
dance move.
I
Good deal,
did it.
good deal.
Yay.
Good job.
All right.
All right, now we're going on one more time since that was really quick. Okay, Truth or Dare, West.
Yeah, I'll pick Dare again.
Another dare.
Yep.
All right, name me think. I was hoping you asked truth, but that's fine.
Dude, truth.
Alright,
No.
I'll go for the truth.
Okay,
Yeah,
truth.
I'll make it easy.
Okay, have you ever climbed a rock naked? Have you ever done any the things that you've done? Have you ever done it naked? Just say yes or no. Like, did you go skinny dipping or?
Oh, we'll say yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. All right. Okay, your turn.
Alright, that's a good one. Truth or dare, Stephanie?
Come on, Stephanie.
True. It's the truth route. Okay, I'll do dare. I don't care.
Alright.
No, inside the office though, that does not involve gymnastics.
Pop, drop, and lock
No.
No.
Can't do that.
What is that? What does that mean?
it. Something the whole world needs to see.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Alright. You have to like give me like a pop, lock, and drop it.
Alright. Pop, lock, and drop it!
Yes. Oh, that's a YouTube classic right there. All right, but you can't see it at home, but I got on tape, so you can watch it later. Okay, last one. Emily asked me something.
Go
My
ahead,
name is
Emily.
Stephanie.
Stephanie, why keep calling you Emily? You're Stephanie. All right.
Truth or dare?
Truth.
If
What do
you,
you ask a radio DJ?
I'll answer anything. Not.
who would you most want to interview on your radio show?
Well, it's a tie. It's a kind of three-way tie. One is Dave Chappelle, the comedian. The other one would be Britney Spears. And then I would also like to interview this might seem strange for some people. I would interview Ken Griffey Jr., the baseball player. He was one of my favorite players of all time. I like to interview him. Just, I don't know. But yeah, those are my top three.
Cool.
Awesome.
All right. Well, we did it. That was fun in Ohio. That was really weird and fun at the same time. So anyway, I got a few more questions. For our guest, the Outdoor Resource Center. What you say was the most? You talk about your favorite moment. Was there a moment that you were real big fear? Like, did you get caught in a thunderstorm? Was there a bear about to attack you? Tell us about dangerous stories. What I'm trying to get at.
Well, this wasn't through the Outdoor Resource Center, but when I was on one of my first backpacking trips, I was with my dad and my sister in the Smoky Mountains, and we had backpacked a day in, and we set up tent and went hiking the next day. When we came back, there were like holes in our pot sets and our Nalgene bottles, and there were holes from a bear. And we're like, oh no, there's a bear around. And we're like, well, whatever. So we made dinner and we cleaned up, and then we fell asleep. My dad went in the tent and fell asleep, and my sister and I just laid out on a blanket. And I started dreaming about bears. And then I was like, I should check for a bear. But I was so tired, so I was like, no, not yet. Then I was like, no, I should. So I turned around, and all I saw next to me was black. It was a huge black bear, adult black bear, like 5 feet from me.
Okay. Wow. Well, I'm glad it didn't kill you. You wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
Stephanie, I got your name right finally.
Good job.
All right. Is there any shout-outs you'd like to give to anyone right now? Anyone, like your family, friends, anyone you want to shout out to, you can do that.
I was going to give a shout out to the whole WSU public itself. I mean, if you're interested in anything outdoor at all, curious about trying to get started backpacking and kayaking, just stop on in. We'll help you out. We'll give you everything you need to know, and it'll be a good time. I promise.
Yeah.
Good times. All right. And shout out to Amy Eslinger. I probably said her last name wrong. She set this up, so thank you to her. And now I am out of questions, unfortunately. We're about done, but is there anything I have not asked you that you want to share that's on your mind? That just anything at all you want to share live on the radio?
Get out and live. Have fun. You're young. Don't study too much.
Yes.
But you should study.
Oh, yeah, study. Do that, children. All right. Well, that is great. Well, thank you to the Outdoor Resource Center, to Wes and Stephanie. This is something I want to do throughout the month of May. It's something I mentioned last week. I want to really be critical of companies that they say they're geared towards young people, yet their product would almost merit otherwise. That maybe what they're doing is probably kind of wrong in a weird way, and it might be misleading children and young people. And I want to dive into that this month because it's May. Because I got airtime, I got a chance to speak on this. I just wanted this someone want to dive into. So for tonight, I want to talk about the tobacco industry here in America. It was early in the early economics of this country, back around 1910s or whatever. I guess maybe even late 1800s. Tobacco was a big popular plant to be grown, and a lot of companies grew them. And they made cigarettes, they made chew tobacco, they made all sorts of various products, and it was a very big time money maker in this country for quite some time. And then, in around the 1970s, scientists were starting to get curious over cigarettes. They tested them, and they determined that they cause lung cancer. It's bad for you. It's not good. But these tobacco industries, instead of ignoring the cries of how dangerous they are, well, one thing, eventually they were forced to put the ingredients on their cigarette labels and to put a Surgeon General warning of all the possibility things that could happen to you, like lung cancer, or leukemia. Of course, it's in small print in all these cigarettes. So here's my thought. I'm really happy. I'm so happy to myself that I do not smoke. I've never smoked. I never want to smoke. And I don't get people that do smoke. Because it smells gross, to begin with. Because I can understand food tasting good and tasting, food, you gotta eat. You gotta eat broccoli and good stuff and gum. Anything you think of. I mean, there's things humans must do, like eat and drink. But smoking, I guess it was an early recreation, if you will. So maybe if I were born in the 1930s, perhaps I'd be a smoker too. I don't know. I would hope not. But it just stinks. Like, you're around a group of smoke, big thing of smoke, like at a party. It gags me. I can't take it. And I never want to date someone that does smoke. That's a no-no for me right there. No smokers for me. Thing is, these tobacco companies, even if they had the excuse that they didn't know any better back in the 1950s and 1960s, thanks to scientific reports and to some proof of people dying from lung cancer, there's no excuse now for all these, like there's Camel, there's Durrell, then there's a Marlboro, and anything you can think. Cools. I've gotten to know my cigarettes because I work for a factory, and a lot of people buy their cigarettes. And I'm not a doctor. I don't know what to tell you if you are a smoker, because I've never smoked myself. The best thing to do is never start. That's one thing I've been taught. Never start smoking, so you don't have to worry about quitting. But there's a lot of areas, like I guess clinics you can go to. If you are a smoker and you want to quit, they'll probably give you a patch to put on your arm, tell you to quit, or tell you to that nicotine gum, that special gum that's supposed to prevent you from smoking. It also takes sheer willpower, because I've heard of these stories of these smokers. It was hard for them to quit, and it can be miserable. And I think I was going to say about cold turkey. I think cold turkey is worse if you're coming off of a far more worse substance than cigarettes. But you can get a little bout of cold turkey because you feel like you need it, and that can be, if you really need something that badly, it's hard to ignore it. It's an itch you really want to scratch, but you can't scratch it, and that's what cigarette smoking is. And so the critical part for these companies, you know what, these rich CEOs that work for these companies, they should have done something else. Because I bet a lot of these people that work there, they don't even smoke themselves. I think the people from The Truth, if you've ever seen those commercials, they talk about how bad smoking is, which I applaud them for. That's really cool what they're doing. A lot of these CEOs, they probably don't even know, or the real dangers. Either they're ignorant to the idea, or they just care about money. Which the latter's probably true. All they care about is money. They don't care who they kill. They don't care who they walk over to do it. They'll try to sugar it down. Like even with the Surgeon General warning, they put in really small print. You need a magnifying glass to see it. And that's the main problem, because tobacco smoke should not even be around, shouldn't even be legal. Because here's another thing of mine. Cigarettes are supposedly okay in this country. And although I don't condone this either, but marijuana is illegal. People that want to smoke marijuana, they can't smoke marijuana it's illegal, which I'm okay with. I don't care whether it's because I don't smoke it. I don't plan to. I don't want to touch anything. Tobacco, whatever it is, it can kill people too. It probably has killed more people than alcohol or marijuana combined. Yet it's still, you can still buy it in your stores near you. My argument is that cigarette smoke and buying cigarettes in general and tobacco should be illegal, just like marijuana. You know, if your local police officer, your spokesperson, they have probably told you this in school: do not drink, do not smoke, peer pressure, and because those are toxins that kill you. So I don't touch those things. But I do think cigarettes and tobacco should be illegal in this country. Get rid of it all. I don't want to sell another cigarette to any customer ever again. I don't want to see young children smoking while they're at their favorite hangout place. And yeah, cigarettes should be legal like marijuana. It should be all illegal. And someone gave me a thumbs up with that. So I got some good feedback just now. But anyway, so real quickly, like I said, I think cigarettes should be illegal. For those of you that are trying to quit, or if you do smoke, I would suggest, two things real quickly. If you have children, or if you know someone that's really young, tell them not to smoke. Because a lot of smokers do regret smoking. They've told me themselves, I don't want to smoke. I regret the day I started smoking. I hope you don't smoke, so don't do it. If you see a cigarette laying there, just leave it there. Just leave the cigarette on the ground. Throw the packs of cigarettes in the garbage. This is for young people. Never start. You haven't started, and never start. And for the older people that started smoking when it was cooler, back in the 60s and 70s, have some good willpower. Just really try. Think of a new habit to find, a good habit to break into instead of cigarette smoking. And you can quit too. There are some people that have quit successfully. And you can too if you just try or speak to your local doctor. I'll suggest that. And one more thing, I'll wrap it up. Tobacco industries, these CEOs, these special workers, the people that are employed there. This will sound a little harsh, but I would quit. Just quit that company. Quit any company you worked for. Because with any luck, if the movement stays strong like this, cigarettes will go away. And there'll be there'll be no money to make in that industry. I would prepare now to maybe put your ad in the paper, sign it your resume, maybe go work for Burger King, or you can become a college radio DJ here at WSU. Yeah. Anyway, you can do that. I would prepare now because I'm hoping maybe in 10 years from now, a lot of these cigarette companies will go out of business. At least all the smaller time ones. I think the big two, which is Marlboro and Camels, they'll probably last a while, but they'll go down, especially with the movement that's going on in this country. My generation, that's one thing I can put my thumbs up to. My people that are my age, a lot of us don't smoke. It's not as bad as it used to be. The numbers have gone down for people that young kids that are smoking today as compared to the 1960s. So that's one big improvement. I'm happy to report that, and that's some good news. I'll stop with that. You heard my rant. I did what I could.